There is nothing to fear. Life is good. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, before I go into this image, let me go over here. And what I want to talk about are the fears, some of the common fears that we have in life. And certainly the list is much longer than this, but just to give you an idea of fears that many people live with. And of course, fear is a low vibration, which blocks you from receiving the things that you want. So let's look at some of these fears. So fear of not being good enough, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not getting into a school, fear of not getting the job, fear of losing the job, fear of losing money, fear of not having enough money, fear of ailments, fear of death, fear of life, fear of being left alone, fear of worldly matters, fear of technology. Now that's the one that really inspired this video because I've had some comments come to me about AI and how that's going to affect the world and taking the place of things that maybe people are doing and so that's given way to some more fear on top of all the fears that have been here on planet Earth. And why are there fears anyway? What is fear? Fear comes about when we don't understand life. Because when we understand life, the creative process, the knowledge of life, there is nothing to fear. But when you don't have the knowledge, when you lack knowledge, which means you lack understanding of why things happen as they do, then of course there's going to be fear, because that really is uncertainty. That's unsettling, to be uncertain about things and not know if you can have what you want or it's going to work out. So see, we don't get the knowledge of life, and so we grow up with a lot of uncertainty, which of course brings out that fear. And again, we could just look at a quick little story. If a child is standing on the edge of a pool, seeing all other kids playing in the pool, and they really want to get in there and enjoy themselves, but they're afraid. They're afraid to jump in because they're thinking, well, if I jump in there, I might go underwater, and I don't want to do that. That's scary. And so there they are. They can't jump in, but the only reason holding them back is the lack of knowledge on how to swim and safely be in the water. So they could get that education, and then they can go and jump in the water, and then fear is completely erased. Completely. Not only is there not fear of water, there is the enjoyment of running and jumping in the water. A complete change. So this is the way that we want to look at life, that we have got all these fears because we don't understand really how to live life. And we just have not been given that knowledge. We didn't go to the school of life, the high vibe school. We didn't get there. And so I have written 2 books to capture that. And one of them is the Book of Life, which tells us about the whole creative process, which explains why we're here and who we are, the wholeness of who we are, and how it is that life works, why things happen as they do, how we can change things, how our desires are born, and how we receive them. Okay? Not how we manifest them, not how we go and get them, not how we make them happen, how we receive them, how we allow them to flow into our life. See, that's even a big area of faulty beliefs about how it is that you have the things that you want. Moving away from getting them and making them happen to receiving. So many faulty beliefs that cause us not to understand life, and so we end up very puzzled about many things, feeling out of control, feeling just uncertain, and that just leads to all kinds of these fears. So the cure for fear, as it is for the child wanting to swim, is this knowledge of life. And it shows us very clearly the cycle of joyous expansion where you have experience. And if you don't like that experience, it just means it's contrast, meaning it is not what you want. So what you want, then your inner being will set it up. It's just an unwanted situation that gives you clarity about what you want. So then your inner being sets that all up in a lovely path for you to receive it. And then that's the first receiving. So you automatically are given what you want vibrationally first. And then as your thought focus is positive, both conditionally and unconditionally, both very important, then you are in that high vibration energy, sending that, broadcasting that to the law of attraction. Law of attraction then is presenting to you the details that your inner being set up so that you can move along to receive what you want. It's kind of like breadcrumbs, following the breadcrumbs. The law of attraction will present those to you. So that's the manifesting. That's why when people say, I'm going to manifest or I've manifested, it's incorrect. That terminology is an incorrect understanding. The law of attraction presents us with the details. That's the manifesting. What we're doing is offering the energy to the law of attraction. That's the thing that we have control of here in this creative process. And then we're going to receive. And that's all inspired action. And then the cycle just goes around and around. So once you have that complete knowledge, then I have a sidebar here, and I've added to it AI, because you see, the creative process doesn't care about anything in this physical world. Your inner being is with you, and when you experience something you don't like, it gives it to you. No questions asked. You are asking from the contrast, and your inner being is giving it to you. Ask, and it is given. And it's given vibrationally first. And as you're in that positive focus mindset going through your day on all matters, including the things that you want, your past, others, yourself, everything, then you're broadcasting that high vibration energy to the law of attraction. And it is presenting you with details that move you along to receiving the thing that you want in a very joyous way. And lots of action and going on in that receiving part. So this sidebar here says age doesn't matter, money doesn't matter what your life has been up till now, what the state of affairs are, does not, and none of that matters. Nothing about time, doesn't matter body shape or characteristics, doesn't matter about gender, doesn't matter about your government's policies, other people, what they think, what they're doing, what education you have or don't have in terms of this worldly education, apart from we want the education of this knowledge of life for sure. So we understand all of this, the weather and AI, so technology, any kind of technology going on the planet, doesn't matter. Your inner being says, you want it, you got it, and it doesn't say, oh, well, AI is going to take the place of certain things, so sorry, you can't have that. It doesn't, that's not what happens at all. It's AI may present a technology to the world that helps us. I always see them. These are evolving technologies that can help us help humanity to evolve and grow and learn more about life. And we know this planet needs education, needs help in the education department on the knowledge of life. And I'm thinking AI could really, really help with that. If you happen to look around you, you can see there's a lot of people's lives and there's a lot of things going on this planet that need to be brought to a better place. And, we got to get that going. So we're getting back to living the peaceful, joyous, fulfilling life that we came for. So that's what's going on in terms of why we live with these fears. And like the child could eliminate the fear of swimming, we can eliminate the fear of living life and all the things of life and all about life. And we can get back to the certainty that comes with the knowledge of this creative process. I mean, you just got to have the playbook of life. Let's face it. Anything you do, whether you're learning a musical instrument, you're learning to cook, dance, play a sport, whatever it is, you've got to have the playbook. The playbook is the thing that tells you how it all works together. And then you use that, and then you can be creative with that knowledge. And it's not, as you know, I mean, whether it's dancing, cooking, sports, I mean, people do these things and they do them all in very, very different ways. Look at the music, 7 notes on the musical scale. There is infinite combinations of music, and it will continue to be that way from 7 notes on the scale and the variations, of course, of each note. But still, we learn the musical information, and then we start to apply it and use it in the ways we want to. So we learn this creative process, and what we learn is we can live life in our way. We all have this knowledge. It's all the same to us. if you hear anybody talk about the creative process in all these details, it will be the same. It'll be nice to hear more and more people talk about it. And so we can get this education and understand it. And then we're going to use it to live life in our way. We're not going to all be living the same kind of life at all. We are all creative beings, and we have gifts and talents and natural ways that we want to express those. We have passion to express those. And nothing's going to change that. See, this creative process doesn't care about anything going on in the world. It's just ask and it's given, just because of the experience you have, and you're naturally from just being here, naturally worthy and deserving to have all you want. The universe loves to see you receive what you want and ask for more and more and more. That is the fundamental impulse of this universe, is to expand and to do it joyously. And you even have emotions, which are your guidance system, to tell you that your thinking thoughts are out of alignment or in alignment. And if they're out of alignment, then you're not going to have that joyous expansion. You're going to have experiences that aren't very joyous. If you have positive emotion, that's your inner being saying, yes, you're in alignment. Your thought energy is high vibration. And now you're playing in the sandbox of joyous expansion. And your life is going to be a really good life. And so there's nothing to fear. Fear only happens because we lack knowledge. It is the lack of understanding. That's where fear comes from. And certainly, over the years, through human history, people have had information, and and then other people have not had information, and then as we get the information, then we all are able to live our life and have it equally as joyously. Nobody has any advantages on this planet. We're all equal creators of our reality, and this information is what makes the playing field level, in terms of we're all able to create it in our way. You don't have to look at anybody else's life with envy or jealousy or any of that. You don't have to look at what people are doing and wish you could do it or wish you had it. You don't have to do that at all. You are a massive, massive creator of your reality. You have all the universal resources behind you to have everything you want, all of the abundance that you want. There's nothing to fear. Life is good, and it's good when you get this knowledge of life, and like going to school for anything, you come out and then you're able to use those skills that you got, that wherewithal that you have, and then you live your joyous, expanding life that you came for. And fear really can just go right away. Fear is only telling you really that you need some education. If you feel afraid of anything, you feel fear, you can say to yourself, oh, I need education. I need life education. And then this fear will go away, because the fear itself is only there because I don't understand how it works and how I can have what I want and how it can be easy and all of that stuff. So I got to go to school, and when I do, then the fear will go away. You got to go to the school of life. You got to understand how this universe works. And when you do, there's any fear that you have will absolutely be gone. It will be completely, absolutely ridiculous. You will look at it and you wonder why you ever thought that. You will see it for such nonsense that it will just make you laugh. So that's the message for today. There's nothing to fear. Life is good. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post, and enjoy your day.